What did I miss? What's good, fam? It's your boy dwayzeonblaze. You know the name, time, face, place, all that. Is ZOOCCI finally cooperating with Stay Low? It's about time, ZOOCCI, because hey, you've been getting a little cold, my brother. We haven't been hearing from you, dog. So hey, bro, we need the music. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is P.G, and it's me, Dwayze. You know how I'm saying. Let's go.
What's going on, you guys? So check it right. DJ Speedsta has announced that he's finally dropping his sophomore album titled 120 Ocean View Drive. But how does this relate to the title of the video? Well, let's get into it. Now, as I just said, DJ Speedsta is releasing his new album on the 18th of July. And I find it funny because of two reasons. The first being that he had promised to drop his project last month in June, but obviously nothing came through. And I think artists just need to stop announcing the dates of their upcoming projects because most of them never really seem to deliver.
Let me be honest with you. When it comes to that, sometimes the album is done. You think everything's ready to go and then jiggy something else happens, bro, and you didn't expect, you didn't see it coming. So it's not always that the artist just says things and then doesn't deliver. Sometimes you were actually planning to deliver, but things out of your control happen.
And it's like we as the audience get played because of the expectations that these same artists created themselves. Now the second reason is because Speedsta is dropping on the same day as Kabza, and if you know Speedsta well, he hasn't had the kindest of words in regards to piano, and because of that, I believe fans of Kabza will go out of their way to prove that they aren't tired of the genre.
I think people are tired of piano. Yeah. And I say this with the utmost respect to what they're doing and they're moving. But I think people are just tired of piano. And that's why I think Ekunye as well.
Wow,
they're
facts.
like, fuck, let's go to
You are as well.
Let's go to Kunye. Let's go to Strictly Soul. Let's go to Hip Hop Floor. People are like, you know what? Let's actually go to places where we know exactly what to
Come on now.
Because everywhere else you go, you hear piano. So what's kind of happened is like, okay, now it's like, okay, guys, give us a chance. We're sorry. you know, the game is still mad at us.
True.
Like, nah.
Cause you broke it, yo.
Yeah,
2014,
Yes. They're like, no. You guys didn't let us in when you were hot. You guys are not coming back in. Jeez, my feet. It's not like that.
You hurt.
Now getting back to the topic at hand, right? Speedsta's album is dropping and it's being curated by the dealer himself, ZOOCCI Coke Dope.
Oh, you know it's gonna be dope. The single from this project was crazy. It was crazy. It was sick.
Now, the album consists of 10 tracks with features from various artists. I mean, you have some noticeable names like Maglera Doughboy, Blackie, Usimamane,
Oh
Flame,
wait, the album already dropped? I think I might be late on this.
Pretty Ugly, Frank Casino, and many more. Now, it's clear that ZOOCCI had a more hands-on role with the album. I mean, not only is he curating the album, but he's also featured on 3 of the records, and it's safe to assume that his production was utilized as well. And if there's one thing about ZOOCCI's work, well, Stay Low will always have a say in that regard. Now, on this channel, we've discussed the relationship between ZOOCCI and Stay Low numerous times, so I'm not about to revisit their history in detail once again. All I'll say is ZOOCCI wants out, but Stay Low needs him to stick to their contract. Now, allegations of false signatures were brought up but never proven. And we even had ZOOCCI drop records which weren't approved by the label, with Stay Low forcefully removing these records from streaming platforms. I mean, Current State of Mind 5 got taken down, as well as The King's Betrayal, which features Maglera Doughboy. Now, another artist who is part of the Stay Low Piff Audio banner is Diamonds. And since the trap, while we haven't heard anything from him, now a month back we had Crowned Young who decided to drop an unmastered joint EP on YouTube with Diamonds, and a few days later the EP got taken down as well. Now, why do I bring all of this up? While both ZOOCCI and Diamonds are featured on Speedsta's album, which I find interesting because there's clearly been a pattern of their work getting taken down by the label. But all of a sudden, we have Speedsta who was able to get 3 features from ZOOCCI and 1 from Mizo. And the thing...
I'm sure Speedsta went out of his way to clear those features because Speedsta understands business. So I think Speedsta went out of his way to make sure he gets the rights. Whereas ZOOCCI just do what he wants. He just do what the fuck he wants.
ZOOCCI has made it clear that he doesn't intend on working with Stay Low in terms of him sending them his music so they can drop it. And I mean, on Current State of Mind 5, he said the following: you got people who are able to do that, you know, steal your catalog and represent you and say you publish by them. They do your publishing when you never sign these contracts, and those people's goals is to back us into a corner where we either so broke or where we worried about our careers so much that we're gonna come crawling back and give the same people our music. I personally have decided I'm not going to do that. Whether I never get to drop or whether I drop one day, I will not hand over any MP3 or wave to people who manage to do that in front of everyone. This is happening in front of everyone. I just kept quiet about it. I didn't tell the story. Now, when the King's betrayal got taken down as well, he said the following: I'm sorry I got myself into this, but I can't allow any more to be taken from me and my family, even if it means I'll never get to release music again. We were good and I messed it up by involving myself with those people. This way I die on my feet.
But why are you the only person that stay low with problems, bro? Like, I don't really be hearing any other problems. It's just ZOOCCI. He's the only one always complaining. Although now he's been quiet, but I mean, bruh, they can't just force you to into a contract, bruh. No one can do that, bruh. You know nobody can do that, bruh. That's impossible, bro.
So you get the point. ZOOCCI made it known that he wouldn't cooperate, and this sentiment was emphasized when Vaughn and Fred appeared on the Sobering podcast.
Recently, we got to a point where we had this conversation again. We reignited and said we just have to deliver the first obligations. After that, we're happy to go. Partaking in the release them, we roll them out, boom. He then sent a wave file, like an hour-long wave file of about, I think the total was about 16 songs, Fred, or 17, 18 songs.
Just under 20.
So he sent one long wave file of the music and then a track list, right?
An iMessage initially.
Yeah. Like
a stereo file. They give us split.
Like all the songs just like that. So you can't see tracks, but then you saw a track list, right? And then so we received that, and then we were like, okay, it's a step, right?
Yeah.
The next step is to say, what we did do is we sent through a credit sheet, and we just said, hey man, because this would be the responsibility of anyone distributing the music, we need to have the exact credits of who these people are, what kind of financial demands this producer wants or this feature wants, because at that point, like, you don't have like a fluid relationship. So like if Mecca pulls up to me and says, yo man, I got Stogie on this joint, like I'm gonna say to her like, oh, so did you and Stogie speak about the business? She'll be like, yeah, no, we're gonna do an exchange on verses. Alright, cool, we know what that is, right? I don't have to necessarily like because you have to be strategic and careful about the way that you deal with people in the industry, and especially artists, and you want to respect their craft, you want to pay them what they do, 100%. You want to do the right things, but sometimes you also want to make sure that if the artists have a relationship, that takes the precedent, you know, and then they figure it out also with each other, because that's also a healthy way to encourage the collaboration of the business side, right? So we sent through the credit sheet. That never came back. We never got the wave files. Everything went quiet. And we're in a position now where we just haven't heard anything back. And it's just like a thing of like, there's this idea out there that we are holding ZOOCCI back from dropping. Yeah. But that's just not the truth. We've been trying to get the songs to release the music so that we can part our ways quite amicably, as much as we possibly can, but that just hasn't happened. And then the second thing that we've heard is that nobody else can drop music if they've worked with ZOOCCI, which is also just not true. Because I was on the phone with Kilo before the album dropped, and I've been asking Sony for months, bro, when are you dropping this Kilo album? Now we haven't received the songs. I said, yo, when you guys get them, just clear the production with us. No problem, bro. Kilo must release. Spoke to Kilo, said the same thing to him. So it's like, if people are working with ZOOCCI, have features or have production with him, the only thing that we're saying is you have to honor the contract, which requires a clearance of a verse or a clearance of production through the label that is working with ZOOCCI officially on paper, right? That's it.
You'll clear it. You're not.
We clear it.
We have.
We clear it. We have done that.
I'll tell you
we have done it since everyone that does, we just clear it.
So here's the thing, right? With ZOOCCI and Mizo both being featured on Speedsta's album, well, it tells me that ZOOCCI is finally cooperating with the label, because I mean, there's no ways these features would have gotten cleared if he hadn't done so. Now, them being featured on the album is definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, we all know that ZOOCCI doesn't mess with Stay Low and he wants out, but the only way that happens is if he continues to play ball with the label and fulfill his obligations in terms of the contract, Because if not, the homie will forever be trapped, and the only person he can hold accountable is himself. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think ZOOCCI is finally cooperating with Stay Low? And are you also excited about Speedsta's album?
I don't think... I keep thinking my phone is ringing. I don't think ZOOCCI is cooperating with the label. I just think that people who want to work with ZOOCCI are going out of their way to do it. That's what I think, personally. I don't think ZOOCCI himself is cooperating, because he seems pretty adamant that he will not be, you know, in no slave deal or no slave situationship. That's what he feels he is in. So that's fine, you know. But do I think he's cooperating? No. Do I think he should cooperate? Yes. I think certain situations it's like, bro, if the label's saying one thing, you're saying another thing, but the thing that the label's saying makes sense, and you can't come and justify that the label's wrong in what they're saying, then I can't really side with you, because the label's saying what it is. ZOOCCI is just putting these subliminals like, oh no, my family will never go hungry. I worked too hard to be a slave, and I was signed to a label that I didn't sign to. Like, he's just saying things that are just like, bro, I mean, can this really be possible, dude? You know, how can they just force you into a publishing deal? They can't do that, bro. If you didn't sign the signature, you know very damn well that no court is going to say, well, yes, it makes sense. You have... No. A court's going to say, did you sign this or not? You're going to say, no, I never signed this. When? Where was the witness? When did I sign this? This is forged. It's fraudulent. All right? And he's not standing on that. So at the end of the day, when it comes to ZOOCCI, bro, hey, I think he should just cooperate and just make the most of what he has, bro. Because ZOOCCI is another artist with a cult following. You know, might not be as big as a Reese's or, you know, one of them guys, but it's still a huge following. And he shouldn't, like, let that die out, bro. He should just keep pushing, keep cooking, keep doing his thing, and find other ways in order to make what he thinks he's owed. That's the only way you can do it. Because at the end of the day, music is your lifeblood. And if you feel like you're not getting your proper compensation, then unfortunately, my brother, you signed that contract, so you need to fulfill it and then get yourself into another situation that works better for you and your family and all the people that you say you're doing this for. Please, bruh. Okay, we love you, ZOOCCI. We want the music from you, brother. But hey, man, you need to get with the program also, bruh. There's ways and processes of things work. Of how things work. You can't just expect Stay Low just to be now separating the files and calling people to find out who's featured, because that's what it sounds like you want. It feels like you handed the album and you want Stay Low to take care of everything. But also on your part, you also have to make sure artists are good, producers, engineers, whoever's paid, royalties, split sheets, all those things should be done and catered for by you as an artist, you know, or at least by your manager, you know. So I don't know, man, but it is what it is, guys. You let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to P.G. And yeah, catch you in the next one.